make you laugh enough to forget my bank account don't look the greatest right now.
Yeah.
I know. Don't mind the humming of the AC. It's on its way
I don't
out.
even know. They probably can't even hear it.
All right, because, listen, I refuse to replace that AC. It better hold on to its dearest leg
That's great.
up until the end of this summer, because I ain't putting a new one until, like, next summer.
I feel that.
I need the price to go down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Get my bang for my buck. All right.
Let's see. Yeah, it's actually cool today. It was like 1,000 degrees.
Past couple of days, yo. Oh my God, this heat.
I wonder why everybody was fighting on Block Island.
All right, so the topic that we were having today. Hey everyone, how are you? We're back. The topic that we were discussing this week throughout my trip and the few days that I was working was about nice guys finishing last.
No, I don't think it's a nice guy thing.
It depends on what the race is.
Yeah, I think it's a confidence
What you mean, the
thing.
race as an ethnicity?
No. It
Oh.
depends on the race. Like, it depends on what you said. Nice guys finish last.
Mhm.
It depends on what the race is.
Yo,
You get what I'm saying?
if you're a goofy white guy named Seth, you're
Yes.
probably gonna be last in life. And when it comes to the ladies department, you're probably gonna be last. But like, I don't think it's a nice thing. I think it's a confidence thing. I think if I'm nice to a girl, but I'm talking to her like I'm that nigga, she's gonna fuck with me regardless.
Okay. So there was a podcast I was watching. I think it's 8 at the Table. I think. I just know Rico be on there. Rico be going off. But basically, he was saying about how, like, before you get a Russell Wilson, you want to go through a Future.
You want to go through it?
Well,
Or are you gonna go through it?
Oh,
well, no,
you'll
like
go through Future.
women choose. Oh fuck. Let me see. I can't remember
'Cause
verbatim.
I feel like you can't appreciate the Russell Wilson if you don't know that the future exists.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's what he wanted to mean by it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if you necessarily want to go through that though.
Hold on,
That's
let me
what I mean.
let me
Well,
play
I
it real
think
quick.
most girls need to.
Date a future because that women are prizes simply. If I gave a why, I would want her to date a future because it takes for you to date a future to even get a Russell.
Yeah, basically.
So
Yeah.
it takes you to date
Because
a
you're not
future.
gonna. If you get the Russell before the future, you're gonna do the Russell dirty.
Okay.
Right. So now I was watching. This is coming from Mediocre Tutorial Reviews. I actually enjoy watching his content too because he gives an interesting perspective. But I think he took what he was saying like wrong because he was saying about like how women get a lot of confused messages in regards to like platforms saying like, oh well, you should look for this or you should look for that, and this is why nice guys finish last. But let me just play the clip because it makes it easier. Sorry.
Wait to hear that right. Even why I would want her to date a future because it takes for you to date a future to even get a Russell. No, it doesn't. The idea that you have to get ran through in order to get a man to later on settle with you is literally preposterous. It's like saying, as
No,
a
he has an
man,
extensive vocabulary.
I have to go
He's
murder
funny as hell.
people in order to understand how not to be a murderer.
So he said that it goes with the idea of like I gotta go murder people to understand not to murder people, but I think he didn't.
That's an extremity.
Right, but I think like with this particular clip, he was thinking of the idea of the modern woman in the sense of how women think like okay, like body counts, right?
Yeah.
But I truly believe what Rico was really trying to say is like in order to like how you said like in order to value the good, you got to go through the bad. That's like the Pookies and Ray Rays being the baby daddy, and here we are later on as most sound mind single mothers. We're literally sitting there like no, like we want the guy with the 9 to 5 or the guy who comes with some good character because we understand like the Pookie and Ray Ray wasn't it.
I think what happens is what I generally see is men are expected and kind of encouraged to have their fun before they settle with their woman, and women are kind of pushed to find their man immediately.
Yeah.
Right, because
You
they
get
say
what
for
I
us to find it in college.
So when those two worlds collide, you get a flurry of people, like the future, quote unquote, where it's like we don't know if this dude is necessarily a bad guy.
We don't know.
He probably could just keep. He's at his point where he's not done having fun, and he probably keeps meeting these women that want to
That's
settle.
actually a really good point.
You get what I'm saying? Like
it is.
He might not be the monster that we make him.
At one point, you was Future. At one point, huh?
Absolutely. Because listen, but the thing is though, I was never a bad guy. Like that's the thing. Like
he had a good heart.
I did. I always had a good heart. Like I'd always say, if you're my girl, I take care of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But even like my friends and shit, I'll give you the shit off my back. I'm not a bad guy. I just like to have fun sometimes. That's what it was. I just like to have my fun, but I wasn't a bad guy. I think when girls are explaining to the new guy they're talking to, they're gonna make me sound like I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world, even though I really wasn't. That's just what they do.
I also think trajectory is a thing, and I think sometimes certain people, their professions matter to their mind state. If we take those comparisons of Future and Russell Wilson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Future is
a
rapper. He's touring. He's in different cities for more.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson is a pro athlete.
Russell Wilson has to be professional.
Let me finish my point. He's in cities touring more than he's home. He's doing all of this stuff, right? Where you have Russell Wilson, who since college has had structure. You have to be at practice at this time. You have to be at curfew by this time.
Okay, so you're saying discipline.
You have to do this. Yeah, you go all these places to play football, but you're in your hotel room. You're in practice. You're back home the next week. Like, it's a different. There's more of a structure to a football player's life than there is a rapper.
Well, yes and no, because all right, as someone who has rubbed out, well, kind of involved in that industry. It depends on the team, because there's some teams like the New England Patriots is like, the way I categorize it, it's like it's very militant, so they're very, very like structured, like they're super a 10 hut type shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like form. If we go for another team, which I ain't gonna say no names, but they're a lot more relaxed. Very loose.
That's fine. You weren't allowed that in college. So even if you are loose when you get to the NFL, you come from structure. Mm-hmm. So a woman that is looking for security will probably 9 times out of 10 find more structure in a football player than a rapper.
But here's the thing,
but I feel like it's still character.
Russell Wilson's a quarterback. He's not just a football player. He's a quarterback. He's a leader. He's
a leader.
He's a commander.
But because I was gonna say, because when we talk about like even football and stuff, we have to understand there's 53 people that are on the roster or whatever. And then you think of a basketball player, because athletes are always categorized as entertainers. Because even when Kevin Samuels was talking about high value men, he always said, I'm never referring to athletes like pro athletes, entertainers, because they lead a different lifestyle.
No, they do. But I'm not branching out that deep into the web. I'm comparing the people that we use as references a lot.
But no, that's what I'm saying. But I would still put it towards it has everything to do with character.
But here's one thing they both have in common. They might have different personalities. One
Sierra?
might be Future and Russell. They might be that too. But funny. Future might be the villain. Russell might be the nice guy. They're both very fucking sure of themselves.
Yeah,
they're both very fucking sure of themselves.
Yeah, they're secure in who they are.
Yeah. Russell Wilson ain't sitting here like I suck as a quarterback. No, Russell Wilson's like one of the best fucking quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, I'm that nigga. Future made a song, I'm that nigga. Like, you know what I mean? That's just, they're both.
So you're saying it still goes back to confidence?
It goes back to confidence. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can be a nice guy, but you can be a fucking geek.
Yeah, I agree with that. But with my point, what I was getting at is, it's the timing of that person's life. Like I said, Future might very much still be on his path. Whereas someone that's come from mostly structure might be like, yo, it would be better for my situation if I had a wife, I was secure, I'm not running around spreading my seed, now my money's getting... That's what I mean, but the mentality might be a little bit different. Whereas a rapper is just like, yo, I'm in this city for one night, I'm trying to get something what's popping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, NFL players could very much be on that time too with cheating and all. We know how athletes do. But because he has more to lose, he gonna move a little differently. If I'm a single rapper, I don't have no consequence for my action, really. I'm not married. I'm not committed to nothing. Whereas if I'm an athlete, I have a wife, I have an image to uphold. There's NDAs involved. There's more precaution.
I gotta be professional.
There's more precaution to the affair than just wilding out hand in hand in the Beverly Center like Usher was. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference in how that's gonna play out for those two.
Because it's like, as a football player, I'm a professional. I gotta keep it professional. As a rapper, I'm just a hood nigga who happens to rhyme words. I'm still acting the same way I always
This helps
did.
my image, if anything.
Yeah.
Yo, Future be slaying them.
Yeah, exactly.
This helps my image. Now when I make a song talking about I be slaying them, you won't believe me.
Future the Toxic King. I fucking built his brand. Nobody's saying Russell Wilson the Toxic King. They'd be like, fuck this guy. Because you got a different audience.
And to end my point, because like you were saying, what you're saying is true. You have the Russell Wilsons and stuff like that. Then you also have the OBJs. You got these athletes that are single and all this money and can do whatever the hell they want. Like, they move differently. OBJ be at parties. He got
he got a family now.
Yeah, now. I'm talking New York. I'm talking New York
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, when he was with Zendaya.
Yeah, when he was violent at Drake parties every week, he was looking like a single man with.
Yeah, because I know now he moves a lot different because he's friends with.
But that's what I mean. You see the change.
Yeah.
Once you have shit to lose, once you have that structure, you don't need all that extra shit.
Future just made a song with Ciara.
Yeah, I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, he just made a song with Ciara, which means he's probably like, kind of fucked up. But
wait, so do you think Ciara's up there too with
the mythical box list?
Yeah.
No,
not at all.
Not enough niggas going crazy about it.
Nah, because you gotta think she had.
Wait, so hold on. So the mythical box list, because we're gonna talk about this.
I'll give you. So the queen of the mythical box list is Erykah Badu.
Why?
Look at every nigga she's been with after her, nigga. They go from hood niggas to fucking Buddhists after
yeah.
yeah.
She does
Yo,
something to them.
Andre 3000 went from Outkast to playing a flute at the airport, bro. You're never the same after that box. Common went from a hood nigga Chicago to all this fucking woke shit. Yo, her shit different, bro.
Yeah, her shit's different.
Her shit different. Look at what Janae Aiko did to Big Sean. She's on the list. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's certain women.
It's a certain.
And then now
Janet's
we have.
up there.
Janet's up there?
Janet's up there.
Alright, so Erykah Badu, Janet,
definitely Ashanti.
Wait, I know. I was going to leave her for last.
Irv Gotti was sitting here like this explaining her as he's married. You know how good this shit gotta be?
Fam.
Irv Gotti's wife, our hearts go out to you. Because that's wild. Yo, what... No, I can't even ask that. I mean, yeah, I can. How would y'all feel if it was like your girl on a podcast?
At that point, one girl.
That's what I'm saying. One girl. So the second I see her like this talking about another man
wearing his watch, that's like your girl going on an interview wearing her ex nigga's hoodie. Like, Phil, are you out of your mind?
Wait. I have a question though. Now, because this was another topic of conversation that came up before, where it was like, say if your girl's ex-man or baby daddy was to pass, is it okay for her to mourn him?
R.I.P.
Fuck him.
R.I.P. Boo-hoo.
Fuck him. He's your ex for a fucking reason.
Yeah, word. Like,
leave him in the past.
Yeah. You could. I'll be fair. I'll give you a day or two because you knew the nigga. I'll give you a day or two. Go ahead, go cry it out.
I'll let you say.
But not on social media.
Anything? No, you better not. I don't want to see no long ass paragraph. Fuck out of here, bro.
I don't want to see no pictures of y'all together.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck the memories. Fuck the memories.
Fuck him. You want to be with him so bad? I'll fucking dig a ditch right next to him.
Right next to him. Y'all can share a casket. Get the fuck out of here. You asked a question. Niggas just answered it. That was it. Like.
Well. All right, moving on. The next question that I have. So there was a post posted by Spiritual Word, which I'm very much convinced Spiritual Word and the Shade Room is the same people.
Probably.
I think so.
They branch off.
I definitely
it's the
think.
Shade Room's woke section.
Yeah, like I'm convinced. If a man is sleeping with a woman, then it shouldn't be a reason why he doesn't provide for her or help her financially.
That is really called prostitution.
That is called blasphemy.
Because that's assuming that your sex is just the greatest thing ever and you deserve things from it. What if that nigga's blowing your back out? But pay his bills.
Yeah, pay my fucking bill. Don't want to sweating like fucking Michael Jordan in the fourth quarter.
I'm hitting spots that a nigga in your life couldn't reach and you want me to pay for shit?
Yeah, fuck out of here. I'm doing you a favor. You ain't never fuck with nobody.
I don't think I was ready for you guys today.
No, listen, the reason why I think that shit is so tailored like that is because like people make sex and they make emotion so transactional these days. It's That's a transaction. That's not a partnership.
No, not at all.
That's a transaction.
Well, I think it's like one of those things like like how the saying goes, like if you can't call him because you're stranded on the side of the road, you shouldn't be fucking them.
Alright, cool. I agree with that. I do agree with that. But if I can't get to you,
or at
then
least
what?
help me. Send fucking help. Hello,
no,
SOS.
that's fine.
Are you talking about like a
if you're
girlfriend
messing
or
with a
some
nigga that
girl
won't do none of that, if you're messing with a nigga that won't do none of that, you're
Well,
just an idiot.
we're in hookup culture, so like being in hookup culture.
But that's what I mean.
Is there levels to this? Like,
yes.
I'll
If
tell
we
you right
just
now,
fucking, I'm not.
If I don't see a
obligated to
future,
you.
if I don't see a future in us, I ain't doing shit for you.
Yeah, I'm not.
just good dick and bubblegum.
That's it. I'm only giving you good dick and a bad attitude. That's all I'm fucking.
So you're not
giving
even giving bubblegum?
No, fuck the bubblegum.
You're a little different. I'll at least take you to Chipotle or something.
Oh, you
like
get
that.
this. No,
I'll
listen,
feed you.
You're
listen.
the lover boy.
Yeah, I'll
This
nah.
is the
Nah, I
future.
gotta make
We
sure
got
you got
Russell
energy.
Wilson in the future
No.
over here.
I just want to make sure you got energy, so I'm gonna take you to get some Chipotle.
Nah,
before I
fuck that.
Like,
Fuck that. Listen, if I don't see a future in you, if I don't like, you know, something, I want to be with this girl or something like that, and it's just a girl, like, all right, I'm just gonna fuck her. That's all I'm gonna do.
Well, I get that aspect because, like, I mean,
But if
regardless,
it's a girl, like we're dating,
how many times do you sleep with her before you actually like just give her $20
It
or
could be
$40?
It could be 100
right?
times. If nothing's established, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it don't mean shit.
There has to be an establishment. There has to be an establishment.
All
If
right.
you just giving your pussy away for free, that's not my problem.
Exactly. You're letting me fuck for free. What the
Not,
fuck?
there's no money involved. There's no emotional. You're not asking me for any type of
We
commitment.
barely even talk, but you want money from me?
But
Fuck outta here.
you hit me up every day at 2 a.m. after the club to get something. That's all that you are.
Well, all right. I'm talking about a man and a woman meet. They start talking. They start hanging out. They start having sex.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in a relationship, but they're pretty consistent with one another.
Okay.
So you're dating.
Yeah, at that point you're dating.
Yeah, at that point you're dating.
Okay.
You fuck more than 3
If
times.
I'm dating you,
based on
that's
relationship.
different.
Wait. So.
Dating and fucking are two different things.
Wait, no, hold on. I'm trying to understand something.
Yeah,
So is
go.
dating a relationship, and is a relationship dating?
No.
No.
Dating is the prefix to a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, and then relationship is the prerequisite of a marriage.
Yes. Everything is steps.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's clarify what is dating.
If every time we hang out we fuck, we are not dating.
Yeah.
If I can't spend time with you on any level besides sexual, I do not want to be with you. Therefore, I do not consider that dating. We're fucking. If I want to go see a new movie and I hit you up to go see it, or if I want to go get dinner, if I want to have a transaction with you that doesn't have to necessarily involve sex, that is considered dating.
Yeah. If I'm just going to your house, I'm blowing your back out, I'm packing my shit up and I'm leaving. It's not dating.
That's not dating.
I'm just fucking. I'm just fucking you.
I'm just another nigga on your roster at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna convince myself that I'm the only nigga that you're doing this with.
Hell no.
Ooh, that's another topic of conversation that we just had earlier today. One of my clients. So we was talking about how like sometimes men and women like spontaneous sex or like different things that women will say it's out of their character and like they never did this before. So like for example, if like a woman goes ahead and we're gonna go from the standpoint of over 25, under 50. Okay, we're gonna go with that 25-year range. That if people are dating and stuff or not dating but like linking up and whatnot, and like you have like sex outside or sex in the club or in the car, things of that nature, and homegirl like turns to you and it's like, I never did this before. He had that same reaction. He's like,
You're a liar.
right.
Yeah, you're a fucking liar. Now I don't like
I-
your looks. You're a liar. I don't trust you.
I would have way more respect for you if we go to fuck in your car and we about to do something and you're like, no, hold up, let me put my leg like this. Oh, okay, you've been here. Like,
Yeah.
Now, what if? All right, so you know how like they say, especially like these days,
Go ahead.
with women like wanting husbands and things like that conversation being held more.
Yeah.
And it's like, what can you give your husband that you haven't given anybody else?
Emotion.
Yeah.
Wait, no, but I was gonna say spontaneous acts because no, I haven't.
I'm pretty sure
But
they
maybe-
fucking different places with other niggas.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, me personally, like, no, I haven't. And that's why I'm, like, sitting here, like, okay, so if I was to go ahead and do that and I really didn't do it before, a nigga ain't gonna believe me and then he gonna think I'm a liar.
Yeah,
No,
I'd rather
no.
that.
That's something that comes with the time of knowing who you are.
Okay.
If I don't know you, it is very easy for me to assume that you're lying about this interaction. if after that interaction we continue to go
So
on,
what are
and
some-
then I see who you are as a person, I'm like, yo, you would probably never fuck in a car. That's crazy you did that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, you can't, no one's going to trust you off of what you say. Like,
Okay, so what are red flags to you guys as men, to like about women?
The fact that they're with, never mind.
Hey, he said it. For the first time, I'm the one who didn't fucking say it.
I'm sorry, that's not that. But red flags as far as what? As far as like dating, potential I see in a wife, like
Just
red
in
flags?
general, you
'Cause
meet a
people have
girl-
red flags in general.
You meet a girl and we're in a 90-day probationary period with the female. Like she's
Okay.
almost 3 months fresh in. Is
Okay.
is it crazy if she says she loves you?
No.
3 months in, no.
There's no timeline on that
There's
shit.
no timeline on falling in
So
love.
a girl could tell you she loves you in 30 days and
I
you're
don't
fine?
give a
There's no
fuck.
timeline on falling in love.
Listen. I
There's no
can
timeline
fall
on
in love. I can fall in love in fucking 2 weeks.
Anybody that has an
fucking
issue
matter to
with
me.
anybody that tries to put a timeline on falling in love, you had issues with your parents growing up.
Yeah.
There's
There's
no
no time. There's no
timeline on
timeline
love.
on that shit.
There's no timeline. If I meet somebody and I'm with them for 3 years, right? I'm with somebody for 3 years. We connect, whatever. But it took a year and a half for me to tell them I love them. Whereas
Okay.
if I meet somebody that I feel like I've known this girl my whole fucking life,
Yeah.
every day, we've only been dating for 30 days, like you said, but every day in the past 30 days has felt like a fucking miracle, I might be in love after day 30.
Yeah.
It's all about how I feel. It's not about a
Because
timeline.
because I'll tell you right now, it don't matter. There's no timeline on that shit. I could feel like I've been with you my whole life. I knew you my whole life. You give me some bomb ass fucking
Wait,
pussy.
hold on.
I'm gonna
I
love
remember he did say if you shank him, he's gonna like, I love this girl.
you. Yeah.
It's a little.
There's certain
There's
things that come
certain
with it.
things where it's like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? This girl's, there's a thing, love at first sight. I don't personally believe it, but there's motherfuckers who see people like, god damn.
You don't think
I
that's
don't-
just infatuation?
What is love? But what is love without infatuation?
No, but I'm saying I feel as though that there's like levels to it. So it's like you can't say like, oh, I love you, and like genuinely mean that you love this
Of course you
person.
know that,
How do
though.
you know that?
I'm saying like in my mind, the way it's working, it's like I'm not gonna go ahead and meet a person and then I'm gonna be like, I love you.
You have no control over that.
I hear
No,
you,
you don't.
but I'm saying I've been in positions and I still don't get that. Like, oh my god, I love you. I could say, yo, you're a dope ass person. I like you a lot. But to say that I love you and tell you that every fucking time I'm talking to you, no.
Yeah, don't tell me every
I'm not
time.
saying that's no, that's a little different.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like a girl, like say you go ahead and you meet a girl, okay, and you guys are talking for a while, getting to know each other, whatever. A couple of weeks, month passes by, and then all of a sudden, "I love you" comes up.
Mhm.
Now, every time you talk to this girl, or woman, whatever,
At that point, what are you trying to push on me? At that point, I'll start questioning it.
no
But-
shit. That's what I'm saying.
That's different. That's different than what you're feeling. If you're
No,
constantly
I
trying to
get,
narrate it-
no, but I'm talking about a behavior. Like I'm talking about like the habit of saying "I love you" every fucking time I'm talking to you
You're a
or
serial dater. at that point.
That.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
No,
get at.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, there's no timeline on falling in love.
Nah.
What I'm-
No, I get
if-
that
if a
part.
person-
Trust me.
Now, if that same person,
Familiarity is fucking real. They could feel so familiar to you. You feel like that the whole concept of soulmating and all that. I get that. I'm not
Yes.
talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that, like, all right, now if it's periodic, once in a blue, say, listen, love you or whatever. Because even me, I tell my kids I love them every day. Those are the only people who get I love you every fucking day out of me. Anybody else, you're gonna get it periodically.
That's fine as long as
If
know
I
it.
was in a relationship, now it's a little different because as I was in a relationship and I was in a relationship for like 5 years, every night before I go to sleep, we say we love each other.
if
That's
you
different.
have to keep telling me every day, all day that you love me, it's gonna make it harder for me to believe you do.
But that's where I was getting at because for me, I find it to be very, very creepy.
Yeah, like
No, I agree with that.
like if you have your girls' night out and you come home and you tell me you love me, I'm like, who did you fuck?
That's the street story.
Wait. But if it's your girl and you've been with her for a minute,
Don't matter. Why women don't cheat? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're probably the biggest cheaters.
damn, how did we even get here? Like,
But I'm just saying, like, that's what like, there's certain I love yous where it makes you question, like, oh, like, what the fuck
I
you
agree.
just do?
I think you're having
I love you
PTSD.
does matter. Like the type of I love you.
And
that
the
you
timing,
get
it
does
fucking
matter.
matters.
Yeah.
It matters. Because I'm telling you, if you come home at 2 o'clock in the morning after you just in a club all night, you tell me you love me.
and no, but I'm
I'm like,
saying like
ugh.
if I, all right, now I'm trying to think if I'm lit as fuck.
Uh-huh.
I get home, my man is there, and I jump on him. I'm like, oh my god, I love you, I missed you. Like, you know.
No, that's fine. Now, if you do that same thing, now this is how men process it because we're men and we're idiots sometimes. This is how men process it. If you were out with your girls, met some nigga, probably did some shit and fucked up, and realized it wasn't worth it, you gonna come home with that same I love you.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna realize you were dumb for what you were doing.
It's all about timing.
I'm home waiting for you.
It's the type of I love you?
It's the type of I love you, yes.
It's the type of I love you that we're like if you say it like periodically, like, oh, I love you, and that's it, like you said it like once a week, but if you keep saying I love you, 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 and then you come home 2 o'clock,
a week.
or that one time you say it in a week is when you come home after the club at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm looking at you like, what the fuck you just did?
Or if we was beefing before you left,
yeah,
and then you come home with somebody
that's famous.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's a lot of women who are famous for that, who start shit with you right before they end up going out. Like,
yeah, it's because they can justify what they're doing.
Like, we can have
that's what niggas do?
No, we just go do it. There's a difference.
Yeah.
No, we're having a real conversation.
I'll tell you right now.
Niggas will just go out and do some shit and try to justify it after because we don't think men are very reactive. We're not proactive like y'all. We're reactive. Cheating is very different for us.
It's more premeditated for us.
Exactly. So if you know you gonna fuck that nigga tonight, if you know you gonna fuck that nigga tonight, you gonna start your argument at 11 a.m. You gonna start stomping around the house so I can ask you what the fuck is wrong, and now we beefing. You gonna get it before you gonna. Man,
I thought niggas will go ahead and like be like start an argument, and I'm
let me tell you, I've cheated once in my life. I've cheated on one girl. Every relationship I had, there's only one woman on the planet that can say I cheated on her, and I hated myself for it. But it was even when I did it, I didn't know until the last. I was talking to the girl all day, and still was like, I'm probably not gonna fuck this girl. Sometimes just the talk, just knowing you can get the pussy for guys, sometimes, especially when you go through it with your girl, that'd be enough to get your confidence a little.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to know I can get it, and then I'm like, alright, I'm not really gonna do this. So sometimes we don't know until the last fucking minute, and we still might not want to necessarily do it. Y'all know 3 days prior.
I'll tell you right now.
Y'all know the day the nigga got off.
There's girls I will have conversations with no intention of linking up with them. I'm just talking to see if I still got it.
Yeah. I do it all the time.
Yeah, just get my confidence up.
And you don't think women do that too?
Of course they do.
It's different for y'all.
Yeah.
Why is it different?
Because you like the attention.
Because you can. That nigga can say the right thing that'll make it go from harmless to harmful.
Oh. So it goes back to the Cat Williams shit.
I'm the charmer.
Charismatic motherfuckers, I hate y'all.
I've often been the guy that's like, I know when your man's fucking up.
Oh yeah,
I know when he fucked up, and I know if I say the right thing. I'm rebound time.
I'm like CSI when it comes to
it's rebound time. It's rebound time.
I can spot an unhappy woman from a fucking mile away. I'll see that shit quick.
I do it the smart way. I start scrolling on Instagram. I go back 4 weeks. Oh, you ain't posted this nigga in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all going through it. Like, dun dun. That little sound go off in the back of my head. Like,
the second I see it, this girl had a man, but she's commenting on my shit a little too much.
Also, y'all make it obvious. If I've been flirting with you for 3 years on some friendly shit and you never make a pass at what I say, and then one day I say some shit and now you're feeding into it, you're looking to make a mistake tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm speaking from the perspective of knowing that that's how that type of nigga thinks. I'm going for the kill.
Oh, it's always.
I'm going for now. If I get it or not, all depends on how good I am and how bad he fucked up. Those are the only two factors at that point. And that's why I said it's a little bit more premeditated for y'all, because y'all, like I said, y'all know what day this nigga got off. Y'all know, like, your homegirls are already in on it, so they gonna back you up. You probably gonna go to the club for the first 20 minutes and Snapchat.
Yeah, no, because
I've seen it all, bro.
One thing I can say is that I do know a dude that was going out with another female while his female was at home, and he told his female that, like, oh, I'm going out with my cousins and all that other stuff. And his cousin ended up going to the house, to the garage to go grab something.
And bagged. See, women do it different. Women, she'll go to the club, Snapchat with a girl for about 20 minutes.
Hey.
And she won't post it right away. She ain't gonna post that post right away. She gonna wait till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, then she gonna post that. So it look like she's still there. She been at this nigga's house since 9:30, getting her back blown out.
Fuck. With a capital F.
And I'm speaking, this is another reason why I don't cheat. I grew up with all women.
Me too.
If I wanted to, I could be the best cheater on the planet because I've seen how y'all do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I grew up with
I've learned from the best. Like,
I was raised by women.
Aunts,
I know.
Cousins, everything. I've seen it. I've seen how differently women cheat than men. It's so different. It's so different. So if I was gonna be like a cheating ass nigga, I know how to move because I'm like,
You know what I'm
nah.
saying? I was raised by women, so I know a little bit more about your antics than, you know, your average nigga might. I seen it.
A lot of girlfriends just like, how do I know you don't cheat? I'm like, because it would be unfair for me to do it to you. Because I'm gonna do it how you would do it, and that wouldn't be fair. You would never know I'm cheating unless I want you to find out.
Same thing with women. They don't.
You'll never know
unless they want you to find out.
Old ass analogy. Not my grandmother, my great aunt or something like that told me. She was like, the reason why women and men are compared to cats and dogs, you can compare it to when they leave the house. So when a dog leaves the house, you know. There's shit all over the floor, there's footprints, he done tore up the toilet paper. You don't know the cat left till you open the door and it's walking back in.
Yeah. That's how women cheat. Women cheat just like that.
That's the same way that women cheat. You don't know I did any goddamn thing unless I want you to know.
Listen, women are so good, you could be sleeping next to them and then still find a way to cheat on you.
They texted a nigga while you laying next to them.
Exactly.
Hold on, niggas do that all the time. What you talking about?
But we do it a little bit. We're doing it again.
You know when men are cheating coming like this.
It's like this. They're
Y'all
like,
be sitting there.
Y'all be doing this.
Yeah. Screen brightness on one.
Women pretend they're scrolling all the time. They texting somebody.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen the scroll text.
Yeah.
I've seen the scroll
What,
text.
the swipe text?
You looking like this, but you're really hitting them. Like, I've seen
It's called swipe text. First off,
No. It's not swipe texting. It
looks like I'm scrolling, but you're really texting
every time my thumb is down here, I'm hitting a couple letters, then I'm going back up, coming down, hitting a couple letters.
They're like this when they're texting the whole
time.
time.
I've seen it all, bro.
I've never seen that.
I've seen it all.
I mean, swipe text I know because shit, I use swipe text.
Yeah, no, swipe text is
on top of that, you look through a girl's phone. The last time she got a text from fucking 1967.
Sam. You on your phone all day, but you ain't have a text in 6 days?
Like, what?
No way.
See, this is how I know that I'm different, because shit, you go through my phone, you gonna see thread on thread on thread on thread.
I don't delete shit. That's
like,
that's the reason why I'm a bad cheater. I'll delete the conversation.
I got threads from 2018 type shit. Like, I don't even really playing.
I tell my girl like this, if you want to look through my phone, don't look anywhere past the day we met. Because you ain't gonna be mad. You gonna be mad. You ain't gonna like
just
shit.
know before I made shit official with you, I was wilding.
Oh my god. You don't want to know what the fuck I was saying and doing.
How does that, I need to ask you as a woman, does that matter to you?
No matter what.
If how your man was moving prior to his commitment?
No. See, I'm different. Listen.
A lot of them do care.
A lot of women would care, but me personally, I don't.
Okay.
Because I'm fair. I'm very big on integrity and I'm very fair. Mm-hmm. So for me, the way I look at it is like, I actually was put in a position similar to that. Whereas there was a situation where the person and I was just cool. We never like dated or anything like that. We just flirted, whatever the case may be. Now, we got to a point where we were going to go ahead and entertain the idea of trying this out. And I call it the first 48.
I like that.
That's what I call it. Because what happened was, I had asked specific questions. When was the last time you saw this girl? And when was the last time you talked to this girl? And the answer I got versus the answer that... The only reason why I asked is because the girl booked a fucking appointment with me. And I knew he knew her.
Okay.
So I asked, like, when was the last time you seen her, whatever. He told me it's been a minute. He ain't talked to her in a while. Okay. Going with that. Then it led into a situation where by the time she was coming to sit in my chair, me and him already, because like I said, the first 48, it was 48 hours. Like, we didn't move forward. We just decided to stay friends. And then we didn't do anything or anything like that either. But anyways, so she goes ahead, she sits in my chair, and then that's when she started disclosing how, like, she was dealing with him and all this other stuff, showed me Snapchat, timestamps. And the only part that I was annoyed by, but even then I still didn't say nothing, was because the timestamp showed the day before I was there at his house. So if I was there on the 5th, she was there on the 4th.
I get you.
So I'm like, when you said you ain't talked to her, you ain't seen her in a while, you ain't talked to her in a minute, how literal with the word the minutes? Like, in a while. Like, what is your sense of time?
He told you a minute.
Listen. Yeah, listen. This is literally your time. I know. This is literally like where I was just like, it doesn't even make sense to me, but whatever. Now, that happened on a Monday. Okay? Me and him cut it off on a Sunday. She came in on a Monday, so it was literally the day after. So at the end of the day, we just reestablished the fact that we're not going to move forward trying to make this work, that you're going to, you know, focus on your career, I'm going to focus on mine, whatever. And then, what do you call it? Then for it to be where a situation occurs and I didn't say a word to you. Because at the end of the day, for what? What is that going to solve? What is that going to do? That we're not even together. If I was dealing with you on that level, maybe I could be like, hey, how come, like, you know, that you believe this happened, so on and so forth. Yeah. I'm going to still come off very nonchalant because I'm not looking to fight with you. I come with peace. I don't got time to be fighting with you. This girl, and I told her, I was like, I wasn't going to say shit. I was like, you do what you want with it. And I was like, but I don't see the point of saying anything because he was never taking her serious ever. She was just some groupie type shit. So she decided to blow him up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and he finally picked up on Thursday. So now he's upset at me because I didn't say a word, and she's coming in, but the way she told him was a whole different story. She's like, I got bombarded with an interrogation. It was so uncomfortable for me. Listen, she made it seem like I opened the door and I was like, hey, this is what you're doing. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's not the case. But anyways.
Like you came in and sat down and you flipped the light back and forth.
So, right. Like, I got to ask you a question.
That's crazy.
So then, push comes to shove, he was like, I got a bone, because I noticed that he removed himself out of the group chat, whatever. And I'm just like, okay. So then I hit him up. I was like, I was going to send this in the group chat, but I see you're not there. And he was like, yeah, I got a bone to pick with you. I said, okay, we could be picking. That's not a problem.
Not a bone.
Then he was like, I'm going to call you tomorrow because I got to go to bed for work. I said, all right, not a problem. So he was like, I thought we were better than this. I said, shit, I did too. Because at this point, I was like, what the fuck? So he calls me the next day. We talk about it, and then he's like, why didn't you come to me about it first? I said, bro, why am I going to sit there and call you about this? It's not even that deep.
I hate those women. The ones, I'm coming to you as a woman. Like,
I hate that shit. Like, listen, if my man, all right, so I have these 3 ground rules. No STDs, no babies, no embarrassment. What, like, the best thing that was told to me, what is the difference between being cheated on and not knowing and never being cheated on?
The nigga's good enough. If he loves you enough, you'll never know.
So to me, it's like, what's the point of me going looking and all that other stuff? You gonna cheat, you gonna cheat in peace. I ain't got time for all that. So at the end of the day, as long as you come with those like 3 things, no STDs, no kids, and no embarrassment, the embarrassment is the woman coming to me. Oh, I need to come to you as a woman. I don't want that.
I'm like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up.
If I'm getting played, let me get played in peace, all right?
Facts. That's why women are terrible side pieces. When men don't give a fuck.
Oh, I know men don't give a fuck.
Men don't give a fuck.
I've hidden in a closet before.
Yeah.
But only because I wasn't allowed. Only because I wasn't allowed to fight the guy. Because I was like, yo, because he pulled up.
Wait, when do you have to?
Because, like, he pulled up, and she got all nervous and scared. And me, I'm like, I understand what I'm getting myself into, because I knew she had a man. So I'm like, all right, well, it's time to scrap. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, no, please, don't fight him, da-da-da-da. So I hid in the closet. This nigga, and this is why I mean my men are dumb. He knew his girl wasn't shit, because he came in and checked the house. So you already think she's doing something, my nigga. Why are you putting yourself through this?
Ain't nothing more embarrassing than having to walk in like, who's this, and then you get your ass whipped by the side nigga. Like, what?
But her man was soft, so she didn't want me to. He wasn't like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm not a tough guy, but I'm swinging. Like, I'm not a tough guy, but I'm nuts.
I know
so
a lot
I'm
of
a
guys,
swing.
like, my ex ain't like that. Like,
she's like, no.
That way, then.
She's like, no, hide in the closet, da-da-da. So I hid in the closet for like 10 minutes.
That's too much.
He checked the house. He left. We finished fucking.
Yeah, like, that's why I think it's the stupidest thing in the world.
Yo, when I was young, I was
niggas to fight over girls. I think it's the fucking stupidest thing for niggas to fight over girls.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid. Like, what are you gonna get out of it? And I tell niggas, you wanna fight me over a girl, that's fine. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna fuck her anyway. So, who's the real winner?
I won't fight over my girl. I'll fight over my wife. I'll be honest.
Wife, yes, but like if an ex-boyfriend's trying to fight me because I'm fucking his ex, like... What are you gonna get out of it?
Don't be mad at me because you fucked up. Like, that's
what are you gonna get out of it?
But like if it's on some shit where like I've never I've never intentionally slept with a married woman. I did sleep with a married woman, but she didn't tell me she was married. Like, that's the line I won't cross. I won't know you're married and then try to fuck. Like, that's... because I'm like, I know how I would react in that situation.
Oh my God, I'd be like...
So I'm like, I might die. Like, niggas will kill for their family type shit.
You put the
know
ring on the finger. You know this.
Yeah, that's different. If it's just
probably
your
the
man...
best pussy you ever had.
If it's just your man, that's between you and him. But, like, if I know you're married, I'm not gonna try to fuck.
So is that who men married? The females that it was the best pussy he ever had?
Most likely.
A lot of the times.
Yeah.
Like,
the
what's the
best
percentage
I'll put a ring on this
It
fucking
don't take
finger.
much for men sometimes, bro.
It really don't take much.
Just blow my mind and make me a sandwich and you win.
Wait, so then that goes back to infatuation.
No, because that could be what that man wants in his life. If you can provide that on a consistent basis, I love you.
Because there's a lot of men out here. Like, there's a lot of men who will be like, I need a place to stay, I need this, I need that, I need this. There's a lot of men who's like, I don't really need shit from you. Just fuck me good and make me a sandwich and don't talk so much. And I might put a ring on your finger.
And you win. You win. How did you get here? You stressed me out less than every other woman I put in this position.
I can tolerate you.
Like a man wants a woman that makes him relax.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's
like
it.
there's certain men, but I don't really need much from you. Like, what does a Russell Wilson need from Ciara? He's a millionaire. He doesn't need anything. You know what I mean?
Think about the comfort. She comes with kids from another man. You gotta really like something about her. Because you don't need that.
Yeah.
You can go start fresh with someone that look. You could probably go find a woman in Colombia that looked just like Ciara and start fresh.
Yeah.
But no, she provided enough comfort for you that you decided, I want everything that comes with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what there's certain men who don't need much. If you're doing well for yourself.
You think men have the same qualifications as women when it comes to marriage?
Ours is way less.
Marrying a woman with kids already? Y'all will stop completely. Men will at least give it a chance.
What you mean?
Like, if you have kids...
So you're saying, like, women are
way harsher with that. How often? No kids. I don't want no baby mama drama.
I see that all the time. Are jealous that the man has a baby mother.
That's what I'm, especially if they get along with her.
Yeah.
Oh, if they get along with the PM.
That's happened to me a couple times.
Who?
That's happened to me a couple times with girls. I don't like the fact that you and your baby mother have, like, a cordial... like presence for each other.
That's stupid.
Like, nigga, we're raising a kid together.
Right, that's stupid.
We have to be cordial because we have to.
Shit, I had a cordial relationship with my baby daddy until he decided to try to come at me, and I'm like, bro, we haven't had an exchange like this in years. I don't know where this is coming from, but I wish you well. Yeah. And I just blocked him. He's been blocked since. Even to the point where my daughter's like, Mom, how am I supposed to get? Daddy can't even get through to you. I'm like, well, Daddy can go ahead and Facebook message me because I didn't block him on everything.
I'm not
blocking him off my phone.
Don't get me wrong, though. As a man, we have sized the baby daddy up a couple times.
Oh yeah,
like
just in case you need us to, you know.
My baby daddy is 6'4".
That don't mean he can't
100 and maybe 90 pounds.
He's still getting size.
He
got hands though. I will say.
He's tiny.
Like you size him up a couple times. Like if something pops up.
Just in case.
I might be able to take him off.
But it's not even for us. It's in case he feels froggy one day.
Right. No, but that's what I was gonna say. But like, see, I don't come with drama. Like even.
That's the difference.
Yeah, like I don't come with drama. Like because even him, like when for as long as we have been cordial. I've been in relationships after him, and it's never been an issue unless my dude I'm with makes it an issue.
I saw a video yesterday on Instagram. I think it was fake. It was like a made-up one. The dude had like blood on his face or whatever.
We gotta say bye to Aunt. Aunt's leaving us.
I got some.
We can finish that conversation before we wrap up, but yeah. Bye, Aunt.
Bye, y'all have fun.
I'll see you next week.
Alright, later, bro.
I'm gonna go with both mics.
Now you got stereo sound now, right in the middle. But
you gotta
unlock it. But the video was this guy dressed up like in like makeup, I think it was, like bloody face. And he was in his car. And he was like, ladies, y'all gotta let niggas know when you're not really done with your BM or your baby daddy or your man or your ex or whatever, this nigga just beat my ass, da-da-da-da. She talking about, you know what I'm saying? He was like, and I asked her, you know, are you done with him or whatever the case may be? And she's like, yeah, I pay my own bills, da-da-da. He said, this nigga came here and just started listing off all the bills he pays, and I think it was all of them. He was like, yo, y'all have to be real with shit like that. Like, because
Yeah, see,
you don't
no,
know
that's
how
the
you
thing.
get a nigga caught up.
So the argument that he had with me was the fact that, like, out of nowhere, it was because he's like, oh, you don't ask me for anything, it's not because I ain't got it. Like, I wanna be out here screaming I'm Miss Independent. I'm like, bro, it's not the case. You got my Cash App. You could Apple Pay.
That's what I was about to say. If
like,
you
there's
want to
ways,
you don't have to make it a
right.
statement to do.
So, outside of that, like, I've been in a situation where I haven't touched neither in... It's been years, like damn near a decade, especially for my daughter's father. So it's like, I don't come with baby daddy drama. So that's why a lot of times I do understand that, like, you know, men do care about that and stuff like that because, like, I get it. You know, you don't need that type of stress in your life. And, you know, a lot of women are not completely, like, they're not completely, like, honest and they don't really hold accountability on themselves. The list goes on. I get that. But that's why I keep emphasizing it, and it's going to sound so repetitious because not all women with children are baby moms.
Yeah.
We are single moms, too. There is a difference between a baby mom and a single mom. It's two different categories.
Yep.
And it's like the single moms are the ones that do come with children but don't have baby daddy drama, who have themselves put together, who, like, have a good sound mind and head on their shoulders.
And that's why, excuse me, that's why I made the statement I made, because it's less of a disqualifier for men than it is for women. Women will see kids and they're like, no kids. Like, that's just, it don't matter what your scenario, your situation is. You could be the greatest dad. Y'all got a great relationship. There's no beef. It don't matter. It can be a straight disqualifier for women. Whereas men, that's what we're more concerned about. Like, yo, is this nigga tripping? No? Cool. We can try this. I fuck with you. Women will y'all will just, that's a prefix. No, I'm not even going to give them the time of day. Like,
yeah, for me, I don't mind men with children as long as they're involved in their children's life and as long as their baby mom doesn't overstep their boundaries.
My thing is this,
because I had the baby mom, but I was sitting there trying to make my life a fucking living hell.
Of course.
Because she was in her fields.
And I understand that.
And, like, when I tell you that shit was so annoying to the point where, like, I had to be so petty, and it's just so crazy. Like, I shouldn't even had to have did this, but, like, it was a situation where, like, the girl came into my salon. This is not this location. It was another location. And she came into my salon. One of the girls that was working there, she was on FaceTime with me. I had 2 phones at the time. I did a house call, like, in Newport.
Yeah.
And so I saw that the girl was in there because she was like, she knew I wasn't there because she already called me blocked. I lived across the street from my shop at the time. So she saw my car wasn't there. So she knew I wasn't there. But she went in there anyways to make a scene. Then, like, she was sitting there, like, went on my other phone, called, you know, Protect Police. And then I was just like, you know, I wanted there to be, like, you know, like, for them to go to, like, you know, keep the peace over there. To make sure everything was good at my salon. And I was like, I'm not there, but I am on my way there. And I was like, I don't want to deal with the drama.
Yeah, which is fair.
Like, right, because it's a business at the end of the day.
Up.
But really, no, I had a reason why I did that. And I told her the reason when I hung up. Because obviously I'm going to play damsel in distress on the phone.
Of course.
But as soon as I got off, I had the girl turn the phone over to the baby mom. And I said, listen, because I gave the baby mom's name, car description, everything on the phone with the police. And I told her, I said, I need you to understand that all 911 calls are recorded and they're stored in their database. Because now it's going to show a timestamp and a date that you were harassing me. And I was like, so now, moving forward, if you keep fucking with me, I'm just going to mollywop you like that. And I'm going to get away with it. Nothing's going to happen to me. Nothing's going to happen to my business. I'm going to get fully away with it. Even if you want to go ahead and try to press charges, I'm going to get away with it.
I have the paper trail.
Right. So after that, we've been fine. And that was what, like, roughly 5 years ago? So, like, almost 5 years ago. So, like, now, like, it's a situation where everything's cordial, everything's cool. She hasn't tried nothing with me in years. But, like, it's just, it mind boggles me. I never understood how people can separate after having children and then want to make each other's lives a living hell. Makes no sense to me.
It's stupid.
or like the whole conversation.
Nobody suffers from that more than your kids.
Right, and that's the biggest thing. Because that was another thing too. Like one thing I really don't understand what women do is when they like to make false accusations and involve DCYF or DCF, whatever, depending on what state you're in. When they try to involve DCF, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Because not only do you put your kids at jeopardy, you put my kids at jeopardy.
Yep.
And that's like all gloves off. Like, I never understood how people, grown adults, can have issues with grown adults and then involve children in it. Makes no sense.
If you make me choose, I say this all the time. I say this to my niggas that, you know, be doing illegal shit and sometimes they need me to give them rides. I say it with people that want to get beef with me. I'm like, yo, if you're making me choose between you and my daughter, you're gonna die.
Right.
I'm going home to my kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether I gotta go to jail after or not, don't put me in the position to make that choice. You're never gonna.
So now, when we get into the conversation of that and like how you were just saying how women would just be like, nah, I'm good right off rip. I'm the type of female that I will give a little leeway just to see, like, I'll feel it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that a lot of times when women would be like, nah, I'm good right off rip, it has to do with the fact that because women are emotional creatures, and I hate to say this, ladies, don't kill me, our behaviors and habits are very much aligned or paralleled to children.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, last thing women want, like, women will go to the extent of creating lies, will go to the extent of trying to get you, like, fired from your job, will, like, you know, they'll go that extra step of pettiness. Most men won't. So a man going into a dynamic with a woman with children and, like, as long as she ain't got baby daddy drama, he'll be more open and willing to it, is a lot greater than a woman going into a dynamic with a man with children because she has no idea what the fuck the baby mom be on. And it's for that reason, because you're not about to sabotage everything I've worked hard on and built myself up to because you're in your feelings that your baby daddy don't want you, he want me. So can we really blame them?
No, but you can't also blame anyone else for the fact that you have that mentality and you're also in the demographic of women that can't find a man. Your man, your dream man, probably got kids.
No. See, me, I'm fine with that.
No, I know you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that woman.
Yeah,
that,
okay.
That example woman.
Yeah. But they say, like, when we start bringing statistics and facts, they say, like, 56% of black men are childless over the age of 18.
I believe that.
So it's like...
But that your man might not be in that 52%.
Right.
He might be in that 48%.
You know, the biggest thing for me, and it goes back to the repetitious conversation about, like, the majority of women chasing the same group of men, or the high-value men. Are you what that high-value man wants?
But you want to prove that you're better than that woman. I told you, it has nothing to do with the man. It's the competition that y'all have with each other. That number of women that ain't going to find that man, I'm not that number. I swear I'm not that number because I'm better than all those bitches. That's the mentality. So because of that, the same collective of women are chasing this small collective of men, and my thing is this: when you come to quote unquote high value men, you think these men ain't smart? They know y'all race exists, and they're gonna use it to their fucking advantage. And that's how you get these niggas that be slaying all these fine ass women, these top 20 models be all sleeping with the same 6 rappers and the same 20 rappers sleeping with the same 8 models. It's because they know that this dynamic exists and they know they can use it to their advantage. And then at that point, you are no different than Lil Keisha from down the street that's doing it for free.
Not Lil Keisha.
You're no different than her. You're no different than Lil Keisha that slept with half the block. You think because the niggas that you slept with are worth more money that you're somehow worth more than another woman doing the same thing as you. Again, that competition of I'm better than you. And that's going to lead to a spiral of you being single, or a lot of these supermodels. I see like interviews and stuff with some of these supermodels. They get older and
that's where ageism comes into play.
They're so stuck in their ways, and now they're playing victim.
They're saying that guys are looking at them and seeing that they're invisible.
And that's exactly who you were 30 years ago, shorty. Invisible. Welcome to the end result of your game. Don't get in it if you're not ready to play it. And that's another thing too,
like the rhetoric of the feminist movement going ahead and influencing women to be Miss Independent. individualistic minded. I just don't understand how women don't see that we have clear results. The results are in. Our 50,
They've been in for a while.
Our 50-year-olds, 40, well, no, our 40 and up-year-old women, like, they're still trying to compete with us. How many 40-year-old women that you know that go ahead and they get Botox, they have lip injections, they have BBLs, breast augmentations, all these things to look young, even in the same profession as bartenders, bottle girls, club promoting, like all these professions that young women would be in because they're trying to keep up.
And can't.
They can't, but they sometimes do look up with men who will entertain it. But does he really look at you for long term is the question.
Aside from Floyd Mayweather, do you know who's undefeated in fighting? There's two people. Father Time and Mother Nature.
I'm fucking crying.
You can't beat them. You can try all your might, all these surgeries,
someone should make
all
a
the
meme.
tucks, all the lifts. It don't. They're in the corner just waiting for you to get back in the ring so they can box your ass out some more.
It's just.
Now you done got so much Botox on your lips and cheek injections, you look like you got your ass beat in a boxing ring. Like,
I'm crying.
It's crazy.
I just never understood how, like, people just don't see, like, I'm a firm believer, any woman past the age 35 is stuck in their way.
That's it.
Because, like, granted, at 25, our frontal lobe is fully developed, and that's in charge of our indecisiveness or, like, decision-making, rational thinking, whatever, logical thoughts and whatever. So you start to change and mold, and because for me, who I was at 20 is not who I stand as in my 30.
Yeah.
And, like, I get that part, but, like, by 35, whoever you are, how you think, that's who you are for the rest of your life. You don't come up out of that. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I don't care how shiny that toy looks. Mm-hmm. It just hits the same. Like, you know?
I think the level of success for people that are successful, I think they have a rare innate ability to understand before they hit that mark who they are and focus on it. What I do think is I think what you said is true, but I think because a lot of people know that, they just spend all this time making these irrational ass decisions because they're like, oh, I'll eventually figure it out. Mm-hmm. I think, I'm pretty sure if you do a study of like 100 unsuccessful people and 100 people making 6+ figures a year, they figured out at 25 who they were going to be.
Yeah.
And they stuck to it. They didn't say, I'm just young and living,
right.
I'm figuring it out. No, they knew what the fuck they were doing. They knew they couldn't be stupid, and they made smart decisions from that point forward. I promise you that's probably a very high margin of that. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of people in our generation, 31, 32, 33 and up, talking about figuring it out, which granted, no one has a roadmap to life success, but if you at least if you're just sitting dormant, waiting for life to open its fucking braces to you at 30 years old of what you're gonna do, you missed the fucking boat.
Right.
You missed the boat.
Right.
And you're not gonna catch it now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I promise there's a layer of that. You know what I mean?
You know, I just find it as this. There was two things that was very interesting actually. Let me see. There was two things that was very interesting that I came across this past week in conversations with some of my friends. And it was another mediocre tutorial reviews. This girl threw a whole tantrum, but it was one that had to do with Kevin Samuels, and he was basically saying like, how you need to like really hone in on your purpose in life and like really build your confidence and just stay focused and work on it, because at the end of the day, like, the early bird does catch the worm, and people think it's getting up early in the morning and doing it. No, it's like literally the sooner that you can figure it the fuck out, and the better off you are later on in life. But then there was also this other clip that was talking about you know we've adopted the grinding mentality, and it really just like wears us out. That like when you think of, especially within our community, we're always talking about, oh, I'm grinding, I'm grinding. What is grinding? When you think of grinding, you think of something that gets grinded all the way down to the point of death. If you look at old men and old women, the women tend to look more like with life than the man does, and that's why like men end up croaking before women do. So it's like all these factors that goes to show you, like, listen, like, we have to learn to find a balance. And then there was another one. Let me see. Oh, so when we was talking about the whole concept of like women and children being very parallel, women and children only respect results.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's reality.
And men understand this. And men understand the fact that they go out there willing to sacrifice themselves for women and children to provide results.
I have been the calmest in my life I've ever been because of my daughter. Because of how I'm raising my daughter. I'm raising my daughter not to hold her tongue. Mm-hmm. So when I spaz out about something, she's like, Daddy, relax. Bro, you dead ass right, man. Like, right. Like you dead ass, I'm wilding for no reason. It's not that deep. You're right. Like, I get that from her. Like, I told her to be that way because I know I need that. Like, yo, shut up. You're spazzing for nothing. Like,
right.
I'll pick the toys up. Like, I'll wash the dirt off my hands. Why are you yelling? I'm like, yo, you're right. Like,
you know, and that's what a lot of women don't understand when it comes down to like being chosen, or like when they talk about the pygmies and how Shahrazad Ali, like, you know, I love her, but her book came out 30 years ago, and all the things that she described that was going to be problems, well, that were problems at the time, that were going to continue to be problems, are still problems.
Still prevalent.
And the modern women of today, the way they, like, make comments in regards to Shahrazad Ali is disgusting.
Because they don't want to hear somebody tell them what is right. That's what it is. Because how dare you speak for me? It's always a matter of ego as opposed to education. Like,
but women don't even understand it. We were never designed naturally to have ego or pride. That is that's a masculine trait.
I heard, I want your opinion on this. Maybe we can close on this. I heard a statement from someone in like one of those random like street interviews. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, they were asking people if they were feminists or not. Mm-hmm. And this man was like, I don't necessarily think I'm a feminist because I believe in equality for everyone. Mm-hmm. She goes, but feminism is equality for everyone.
No, it's not.
He said, the word feminine is the word feminine is the whole beginning of that word. Mm-hmm. So no, it's not. It's rights for women, which is fine, but you're asking me to choose rights for women over rights for everyone. Mm-hmm. So I don't consider myself a feminist. He was like, I consider myself an ally to the feminist movement because I believe in equality for everyone. So if I see a battle for equality, I'm going to side with that battle. But I'm not going to call myself a feminist because that is me saying that I believe that y'all should get more. Mm-hmm. And she was, no, that's not what it means. This is that. So he said, okay, name something about the feminist movement that's for men.
Yeah.
And she could not say nothing.
Because it's not.
And again, you lose sight of the fight for the phrasing.
Like we talked about, and that's what a lot of people don't even understand how the feminist movement was manipulated, because that brings us back to an old episode that we did, and you guys could check it out.
And that was like episode 2 or 3. That was early.
Nah, I think that was like episode 3 or 4. It had to be like 4.
Okay, probably. It was early. It was
it was definitely single digit times. But you know, I broke it down as far as the whole feminist movement, like the whole concept of it all, because it has been manipulated. It has been, you know, weaponized.
Yep.
The effects of feminism. That was episode 8. Oh wow, it was like way up there. I didn't even think it was that far up. But yeah, so you guys could check out episode 8 in your spare time and really understand the breakdown of the feminist movement, because it really wasn't. It was started based on the women's movement, which was about equality and the right to vote. And then we're now in the 4th wave, and it's just not the same. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. I genuinely think that we should have this as a part 2 when I'm by myself, and people,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, we
because
could just put it out as its own piece.
Yeah, I think we should, like,
the episode where Ant left, and then.
well, no, I really think we should just, like, batch it up, and because we talked about a lot of serious key points, and
Okay.
we could just use it as sips.
Okay.
But yeah, so like, share, subscribe, and be sure to tune in. We still got more great content coming up, and I'm just waiting on a few of the players to let me know when they have the go, because, like he said, the NFL is a little different. There's NDAs and things of that nature, things what they can and cannot speak on. And so we just have to verify everything before we get it cracking. But I do plan on absolutely getting that episode up. That's going to be fun. And you guys get to see how dope a lot of the clients that I have that are in the NFL. But thank you for tuning in. Love y'all. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at Slay Your Perspective. And like I said, like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when we're on here. Because I can only do so much promotion on social media.